nibavuga ireme ry'uburezi ujye uhita wumva Happy Kids School. Happy Kids School ifite abarimu b'inzobere batanga amasomo mu cyiciro cy'amashuri y'incuke ariyo nursery school cyangwa se gardienne, tutibagiwe na creche ndetse n'amashuri abanza ariyo primary school. Mu cyiciro cy'amashuri y'incuke ariyo nursery school cyangwa se gardienne, tubafitiye amashuri yose uko ariyo baby class, middle class na top class. Mu mashuri abanza cyangwa se primary school tubafitiye kuva mu mwaka wa mbere kugeza mu mwaka wa gatandatu. Nuzana umwana wawe muri Happy Kids School uzamuzanye amaboko meza y'abarezi b'inzobere muri uyu mwuga. Iri shuri riherereye hari Gahanga iruhande rw'isoko ukase ku muhanda werekeza kuri cricket neza imbere y'urusengero rwa ADP. Kushaka ibindi bisobanuro wahamagara kuri izi nimero zikurikira: 0788 30 66 83 cyangwa 0788 45 96 32. Zana umwana wawe ku ishuri ry'icyerekezo cy'ikinyagihumbi.
Okay, good morning dear students. How are you? I think you are fine there at home. And of course you are safe. Okay. So today is another day. We are going to be working on our 4-day package. So I'm here to help you revise different questions which you have in English. So today we are going to look at how to talk about the past. So before continuing, here I have a question. Can you look at here? The question says, what did you do yesterday? So everyone has something he did yesterday. For example, yesterday I went to play with my friends. What about you? So as you can see in this question, we have this word, this yesterday. So yesterday is used to indicate the use of past, the use of simple past. So actually we use the simple past when we are talking about completed activities in the past. So yesterday is showing us in this question that we are talking about things we did in the past. So let me give you an example. Today we are on Thursday. This is today. So then from Wednesday up to Monday, we can refer to this time as the past, because the past refers to the time before today. Okay, good. Do you understand? When we are talking about the past, we refer to the time before today. So if today we are on Thursday, then yesterday is the past, because yesterday comes before today. So now, how do we use this tense? Okay? We use past tense to talk about completed activities in the past. We use past tense when you want to talk about things we completed in the past. So it means we have finished those things. For example, when you say, yesterday I played tennis. So this action of playing tennis was completed yesterday. So here we are using the past because we are talking about the time before today. So that's why here we are using the past to show that we have already completed this activity. So past is used to show completed activities. These activities are not going on. We have already completed them in the past. So, I can make another example for you. Yesterday, I watched a good movie. What can you see here? Yesterday I watched a good movie. So, the first question you have to ask yourself is, when is this action of watching the movie happen? Is it today? No, it is not today. This happened yesterday. Remember, when we use yesterday, we are talking about things we completed before today. So, if we are talking about things we completed before today, then we have to put the verb in past simple tense to show that those things have been completed. So, when we say, yesterday I watched a good movie, then it means we are talking about the past. Some people also call it yesterday time. Okay, so these are some examples I can give you which clearly show you how we can use past simple tense to talk about the past. Remember, when we are talking about the past, we can't use other tenses we saw in class like present simple tense or future. No, when we are talking about the past, we use past simple tense. Okay. Now, let me show you how to form past simple tense. Okay, so before you form a past simple tense of any verb, first of all you have to think of what kind of the verb you have. Is it a regular verb or it is irregular verb? So, for this time we are going to see how to form past simple tense of regular verbs. So, what is regular verb? What is regular verb? What is a regular verb? A regular verb is a verb which takes ed, od in past simple. So when we are forming past simple of a regular verb, we add either ed or d. So now, let me give you some examples. Let us take verb to watch. If we put this verb in simple past, then we will add ed here at its end. Let me give you an example. We will say, I watched. I watched. You see, here I'm adding ed. Why am I adding ed? Is because this verb to watch is regular verb. Okay? You can say, you watched. You see, I'm adding ed because it is a regular verb. She watched. We watched. We watched. You watched. They watched. So here we are adding ed because this verb is considered to be regular verb. All regular verbs in English take ed or did. Okay, good. So now, let us see different rules of adding either ed or did to form simple past tense of different regular verbs. So the rule number one says that this is a general rule. One, we add ed to most verbs to make their past simple tense. This is a general rule which says that when we want to make the past simple of regular verbs, we have to add ed. Remember, regular verbs are verbs which take ed or d in the past. So let me give you, for example, another example. Let us take verb, for example, to jump. To jump. You see? This verb is also regular verb because when we make its simple past, we will add ed at its end. Let me give you an example. You can say, last time I jumped a fence. For example, last time I jumped a fence. So this verb which is used to indicate the past is having ed at its end. Why? Is because it is regular verb. Okay? Good. So number two, we add d to verbs ending with a vowel. To make the simple past of regular verbs which end in a vowel, then we don't add ed like here. We add d. Example. Verb to like. Verb to like. You see, at the end of this verb we have a vowel which is e. So when we form its simple past, we will say like it. Like it. Because it ends with a vowel. And the rule says that for verbs ending with a vowel, we add d to form their simple past. So, for example, you can make an example, you can make a sentence by saying, I like it. I like it. For example, meat. When I was young. So maybe today you no longer like me. But at this time in the past, you used it to like me. So you are talking about something you used to like, but in the past. So the reason why we are adding d here is because it ends by a vowel. So whenever you are forming the simple past of any regular verb ending in a vowel, then you have to add d only. Okay, good. Let me give you another example. For example, you can take verb to change. You see, all of these verbs actually end with vowel e. So when you make the simple part of this verb to change, then you will add d. The reason you know is because we have a vowel here. So you will say changed. Changed. So you can make your own sentences using simple past tense. Now, you may have a verb which is irregular in simple past, but which ends by a consonant plus y. A consonant plus y. Can you think of any verb which ends with a consonant plus y, but which is of course a regular verb? Can you find any? So I think you can find, of course. So let me give you my example. Let us take, for example, a verb to climb. To climb. We want to know the simple past of this verb so that we can be able to talk about the past using this verb. So, in case you have such verb which ends by y, and before y there is a consonant, then we don't add d, and we don't also add ed immediately. Before adding ed, we have to change this verb like this. Clap. Then this y is changed into I. We change this y into I, then we add ed. Can you see? Is it clear? I think it is clear and simple. Verb ending with y, and before y there is a consonant. Before taking ed, we change y into I. So we can make an example. For example, yesterday my baby any verbs which end by y and before y there is a consonant, add IED. Okay, good. Now, now, you may have a verb which ends in y, but before y there is no consonant. You can realize that before y there is a vowel. Then how can you put that verb in a simple past so that you can be able to express any past activity? Can you add ed? I think no. So, in this case, we don't add ed and even we don't change y. Let me give you an example. Verb to play. This verb to play can be put in simple past as okay, so here we don't change this y into I before adding ed. Rather, we immediately add ed. Okay, so I think it is clear. You can find some other examples. Okay, for example, can we get another example? To play, to slay, then you can add ed, slay, to slay. So when there is a verb before y, we immediately add ed, as the general rule says. Okay, so can you try to make your own sentences using simple past? Can you write like 5 sentences in your notebook there at home using simple past? Okay, especially showing what you did in the past. Let me give you some examples again, because I hope this time you know how to form simple past but using regular verbs. Okay, good. Example. Yesterday, I prayed God. You see, yesterday I prayed God. Remember, yesterday is a word, an adverb which we use with past simple tense to express past activity, things we completed in the past. Okay, good. Now, also can use last time. Last time, I talked to my teacher. This keyword also indicates the past. Whenever you see yesterday, whenever you see last time, last year, last week, last day, think about using simple past tense. Okay, last time I talked to my teacher. Okay, so we are showing different things we did before today, different things we completed, because past tense show completed activities. Okay, you can form also your own sentences. Okay, one day ago, I watched news on TV. So, when you see this expression ago, we use also simple past to show completed activities in the past. So it means we have already finished this activity. When you say one day ago I watched news on TV, it means you finished this activity. So you are not watching the news at this time, because this is a completed activities. So remember always to use past simple tense to express or to talk about completed activities in the past, especially with these expressions or these words. Yesterday, last time, one day ago. You can find the others also. Once happened. You see? All these words, all these expressions go with simple past. Okay? Good. So now you have different activities in your holiday package. From page 19. The questions are asking you to put the verbs which are in bracket in yesterday tense. Yesterday tense is past simple tense. Okay, it's this tense we are learning. Past simple tense is what we call yesterday tense, because it is used to talk about things we completed yesterday. Remember, yesterday is in the past because it is the time before today. Okay. The first sentence says, Akamanzi clothes last night. You see? So the verb you have is to wash. To wash. You have verb to wash. Then you are asked to put it in past simple to express yesterday completed activity. Now, this verb will take ed. Remember the three rules we have seen. The first rule says that most of English verbs, most of regular verbs, take ed in past simple tense or in yesterday tense. So we will add ed on this verb. Okay. The second question, remember we are on page 19. Okay. So on this page, the question is 32. Says, we water last evening. The verb you have is fetch. Fetch. Even this verb will take ed. So you will say, we fetched water last evening. We are showing completed activities in the past. Okay. Then, I hope you can continue with other questions following the rules I have given you to put the verbs, especially regular verbs, in past simple tense so that you can be able to express yesterday activities or completed activities in the past. Thank you very much for your attention.